This topic is very close to my heart and has accompanied my professional life for over 2 decades now. When it became clear in the course of this year that the restitution of Benin collections from the MARKK and other German museums would finally happen in the very near future, we decided to present the entirety of our very special collection here in Hamburg for one last time.
These works and their journey point us to a context in world history that we should have clearly addressed before today. But because we have not done yet so in an adequate way, we are all the more obliged to live up to our responsibilities in the present and the future.
Let me begin by saying how deeply moved I am to see a room such as this packed for one purpose, to witness and to celebrate the issue of the Benin bronzes and their ultimate return from whence they came. This, for me, as a Nigerian, is a very proud day, and it's a very moving day as well. I'm quite touched by this.
The bronzes were ambassadors of the West African region. Through them, Europe developed a more profound respect for African arts. For several decades, many thronged the museums to catch a glimpse, but today, Hamburg is bringing them all out, inviting everyone to have a final look, for they are going back to their cradle.
New aesthetic experiences may change what we perceive politically or normatively. So there is a need for aesthetics, and there's a need of opening our hearts and minds to listen to other kinds of music, to read other kinds of stories, and to feel in other ways that we are trained and used to feel.
This exhibition is not just presenting before us Benin objects, it's also reenacting for us the various aspects of the cultural values of Benin Kingdom.
With this exhibition, we want to provide transparency about our collection by informing about their provenance history, beginning with the violent circumstances of their initial dispersal.
And the opening of the exhibition, Benin Looted History, is not about writing the final chapter of the story, but rather about the recognition that a story can never be complete if it is told from the perspective of a supposedly omniscient narrator. We in Europe have created this misunderstanding, and we have maintained it for far too long.
The event in preparation of return is taking place in Hamburg, the same city from which they initially entered Germany.
In the course of a British so-called punitive expedition in 1897, the artworks were stolen from the Royal Palace in Benin City and then traded, primarily to and then in Europe.
Ladies and gentlemen, every child born in Benin is told the story of Obavura and Obaisi, the British looting of Benin and the deportation of the Oba.
The works have always been carriers of meaning. Thus, the Benin bronzes not only tell a story of colonial subjugations, robbery and destruction, they also embody the pride of a culture. They are unique artworks that reflect the power and importance of the Kingdom of Benin. They are truly of universal value.
Benin royal art today is primarily known as an iconic example of colonial looted art, not only because of the sheer number of works dispersed all over the world, which add up to about 4,000 to 5,000 in total, but also because of the singular nature and quality of these works of art and their role as an historical archive, which testifies to the wonder of one of the most powerful West African kingdoms in the 16th to the 18th century.
To see that these subjects have started coming back to Nigeria, there is no way I can describe the feelings of these people on that day. So you can see that the return of these objects back to Benin means a lot to these people. It means a lot to Nigerians, because this is part of their history, part of their identity, and part of their culture that has been away from them for decades. And to see these objects is a great joy that we cannot really describe.
We're happy to see that Germany blazed a trail that encouraged others to follow the same path.
We thank Germany and Hamburg for the initiative to return Benin bronzes in Germany to Nigeria. The announcement by Germany has proven to be the catalyst, spurring other nations and institutions to the decisions to return Benin bronzes.
For there to be harmony in this world, we must love each other as equals. If we understand that sentence, we might, in the end, sometime, be able to tell a truly universal story, but we need to tell it together. And today, we write an important chapter of the story. So thank you all very much for being here.